Hey guys, so this is another quick test of the GoPro. This time it is mounted to the handlebars of my bike, and there's only one particularly interesting section on this ride, but I wanted to get a sense for what the footage looks like, how stable it really ends up being, and I'm also curious what the colors are like and how they compare to just shooting with the DSLR. So after I do this one, I'll definitely need to do a shoot where I have both cameras involved and take similar shots with each of them so I can look at the two side by side. But for now, I just wanted to see what does it actually look like doing the thing that I planned to do with it, which was slap it on the bike and whip through some traffic. I wasn't really whipping through that much traffic. Like I said, there's only that one kind of interesting part where I passed those cars on the right hand side when they're stopped, but it is kind of neat to see a slightly different perspective of the road captured on film. And then you can look back and see how the ride went a little bit more objectively versus when you're sitting on the bike and you've got maybe a little bit of adrenaline running, or maybe you're distracted by a car next to you and you're not keeping your eye like fully in a different direction that you can look at with the camera. The settings on the GoPro for this shot were 60 frames per second at 1080p, and it's set to the I'm going blank on the actual name now. It's not set to the wide view, so it's less of a fisheye and should be a little bit more square, a little bit more normal looking. The last thing I'll say about this is that it's nice and convenient to have the small camera on the bike, but in terms of the process itself, like setting it up, turning it on, attaching it to the bike, all that kind of stuff, I almost think that I'd be just as well off figuring out a way to hook up the DSLR to the bike and doing that quickly because of how much better the footage could be. So even though the camera itself is really small and fits pretty much anywhere, you can put it in your pocket, you can even put it in like the pocket of a shirt, the actual act of filming with it is still pretty much just as intensive as it would be if I were shooting with the DSLR. So definitely some more thinking to do on that, and I'll have to do a lot more testing. I'm on the fence for sure, but I'm still leaning towards getting rid of the GoPro and selling it. Either it'll really have to prove itself, or I'll have to get a lot more creative with how I can incorporate it into videos. That will definitely come along with videos that are a little more scripted, and if there's more going on in the video, if I've got them better planned out, I could incorporate shots that use the GoPro. The biggest thing there is going to be water. I could jump into a pool, I could go swimming in a lake, I could put it under the faucet in the kitchen, and I just wouldn't do that with a DSLR, although, you know, if you had a weather sealed lens, theoretically you could and it would be fine, but the risk is just so much higher that something would go wrong with a DSLR and you'd be out a lot more money than with the GoPro, which is built to be splashed and submerged and also costs a lot less. This is Josh signing off. Hope you guys had a great Monday. Catch you tomorrow.